Hey folks, come on here, come on, at your service. How are you all? I hope you're doing very, very well. Yeah, so strange days, folks, strange days. And they're only set to get stranger. It's all going off again, isn't it? Second wave of COVID, whatever that's supposed to be, is about to hit. In this country, in the UK, we've had so many local lockdowns. If I said 15, I'd probably be underestimating it by quite a bit. This city, that city, that city. Pretty much it is the full fucking country. It's just there's little county lines, little towns and villages where, they're okay for the time being. But if you linked it all up, the country is totally blanketed again by a lockdown. But it's not the big super duper lockdown. It's as of Tuesday. I'm recording this on the Sunday, so in a couple of days' time, Bojo is going to make his public address again, address the nation, and spill all the doom and gloom and bad news all over again. And it's all our fault. It's all our fault. We've not been following the rules, so we must pay the price. Fuck you. So on Tuesday, we're going to be hearing that there's going to be a curfew brought in. So pubs, clubs, restaurants, everything, any social thing outside will be closing at 10. So you all shuffle your little bottoms back to your hovels and caves, bolt your windows, lock your doors, and don't come out till dawn the next day when you must go back to school and go back to work. Yeah, I know, madness, all madness. So I'm not here to talk about that this time, actually. I'm talking about how things like this are going to affect the things that we know and love. And what are they? Movies. That's right, movies. Movies on the big screen. Yeah, and how they're not really going to be happening. Yeah, I know, cinemas are open. And Christopher Nolan's big new blockbuster, Tenet, did absolutely fuck all at the box office because cinemas can't have, full seats. Well, obviously, we know that. So his staunch decision to release this movie, and it was like a bit of a benchmark, a test, a litmus test to see if people were going to go and see it. I know loads that did. My son went to go and see it. He said it was okay, it was all right. A couple of my mates have seen it and they said, well, it's not his best. Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm not arsed because apart from the Dark Knight trilogy, I don't really like Christopher Nolan stuff. I find it cold, bleak, and quite uninspiring, to be honest. That's just my opinion, of course. So I wasn't exactly, going to rush out and see it anyway. I'm not arsed in the least. But I am arsed about Wonder Woman. Yes, and here she is. Glorious Wonder Woman. Diana Prince, warrior, princess of Themyscira. Well, that film, Wonder Woman 1984, was mostly in the can almost 2 years ago. Yeah, folks, I'm not kidding you, almost 2 years ago. And all this time, DC were waiting for the appropriate slot to fit it into. This is all pre-COVID. And obviously, you don't want it competing against other big, blockbusters, other rivals. You want it to find the slot that's perfect to make absolute maximum moolah out of us, from us. And so it was going to be out in summertime this year. And Patty Jenkins, the director, awesome director, and Gal Gadot, awesome lady, were saying, we look forward to spending summer with you, watching Wonder Woman's exploits on the big screen. And COVID hit. Not even Wonder Woman could stop that. So it then gets bounced back to October, the start of October. I did a couple of videos on it. You remember? I was really giddy with excitement. Yeah. But because of the lackluster returns and the ever-increasing threat that huge lockdowns, severe lockdowns, are going to put an end to cinemas, being open, as well as pubs, clubs, restaurants, all that sort of stuff that we had before, is going to hit all over again. So people are running scared. Distributors, film studios are obviously very cagey about what they're going to put out. So cinemas are working on literally not even half staff and only a couple of showings a day, and not much product they've got to show anyway because nothing's coming out. So one of the biggies, Tenet, underperformed. No big surprise there. Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be huge. Well, it should be huge. You'd expect it to be huge, but they're afraid it won't be as huge as they want it to be. So it gets bumped from summer to October. So now Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot are saying, we're looking forward to spending the fall with you, watching Wonder Woman's exploits on the big screen. No, it's changed again. Now it's December 26th. Yes, the day after Christmas. Just when you thought all the gifts, you've got all the gifts off Santa, Wonder Woman comes down your chimney as well. Oh, to be underneath when that happens. I'll just take a moment to imagine it. But yeah, December 26th. Now, the good money, following the silly money, is now saying that, don't hold your breath for that, because even that probably won't happen. Because the winter period, it's quieter anyway, and it's the time with the normal flu and cold, i.e. exactly what's afflicting the world right now, without any kind of overblown, glory-seeking title of COVID-19, and all that lying hypocrisy. But I don't want to talk about all that stuff really. But inevitably it spills out. I can't help myself. But so yeah, don't hold your breath that it's going to come out on December 26th. Bond, of course. No Time to Die. No time to show your fucking movie either. That was due out in April. Well, April the 1st made fucking fools out of all of us. Big no show. Again, that was hardly going to be a shocker. We knew way in advance that they were going to pull it from that schedule anyway. So now that's November. It's still November. But as I say, the good money following the silly money is now saying, that's going to get pulled too. If people are afraid to go to cinema, and cinemas are under threat of being closed down anyway, and plus with a lack of revenue, a lot of them are just going to have to close because they can't afford to stay open. It's the way it is. Bond is now looking very dubious to be out even this year. So the last I heard, which was only just before I made this video, was to make sure my facts were still correct, was that they were looking at doing sort of start of the year, January, maybe February, for Bond. I mean, again, it's all conjecture, it's all pie in the sky, because no one knows. We'll know more on Tuesday in the UK when Bojo delivers his address to the public. I want you all to go back indoors, stay in there, work from home if you can. If not, use public transport, the things I told you not to use before. And go into the office and then go out to those shops and restaurants and cafes that I'll be closing down anyway to support the local economy. Yeah, that makes sense, Bojo, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Because what they're talking about is doing a big, severe lockdown on the same terms as the big lockdown that we just have been coming out of. So, and the idea behind that is, we've got a forest fire raging. What they do is they're building fire breaks. So what you do, you set fire to a region that's actually untroubled by the fire, but the fire's coming that direction, and you set fire to a strip of that. So when the real fire hits it, it's already gone out. That fire's gone, and there's nothing left to burn. So that fire just goes, oh, fuck, now what do I do? Just sit here and fizzle out. That's the plan. So in COVID terms, you have this storm break of a 2-week period, maybe 3 weeks, of intense lockdown to stop the second wave before it begins to roll like a tsunami over us and engulf the poor beleaguered NHS, like it didn't do last time round. Yeah, well, that's the idea. So, but many people are saying, and in fact, government is hinting at this, that this is going to happen, this second wave. Whether you believe in any of this or not, that lockdown will happen. That lockdown will happen, and it will be severe, and it will be completely nationwide, possibly Western world wide as well. So America, you guys, Australia, yeah, you guys, all of you guys in Europe, pretty much most of you out there, are going to suffer the effects of this. And yeah, so films are going to get pulled again, left, right and centre. What few films were going to come out are going to be shifted again. It's getting beyond a joke, isn't it? I mean, Mulan, Disney's Mulan. I love the animated version. I love Jerry Goldsmith's score to Mulan. Oh, it's fantastic. And what they did, they put the film on, on demand, so you could stream the movie. And it costs a bit to do it, but if you imagine going to flicks with, like, say, 5 or 6 people, or well, you can't go with more than 6 people now, that's for sure. The rule of 6. But if you went with like family members and kids, it's going to cost you that anyway. You're buying sweets and all that shite that goes alongside it. So yeah, Actually, not a bad deal, really. So, and you can watch it in the comfort of your own home. So you can fart and heavy petting sessions on the settee with your good lady, or better still, your bad lady, and your good lady being bad. There we go. That's even better again. So I think it's quite a good idea. Obviously, being a Halloween fan, big Michael Myers. Oh, I ain't just saying that because he's right behind me, looming out of the shadows. But no, I am. So obviously, Halloween Kills was due out in October, and I've covered this extensively. That's now postponed until next year. But people were clamouring, fans were saying, just fucking do it video on demand. We'll stream it. You'll make your money back. Well, they won't make the money back because these films they need to make huge revenue from cinematic theatrical release. That's how they do it. And then obviously, home release, home video, different versions down the line. Obviously, further bring the filthy lucre in. But the big money initially is at the theatrical release. So they've gone, no, we're not going to do it. We're going to release it next year, and it gives us all the time to rejig the audio, the sound mix, because we're going to release it IMAX. So at least they've done something extra for the fans. We're going to do IMAX, so you're going to see Halloween like you've never seen Halloween before and never heard it before. It'd be glorious, and that new fabulous, fully immersive sound system. Yeah, I totally understand. I kind of agree. I'm resigned to it anyway. So, but Wonder Woman now, December 26th. Bond, November, but Bond, come back. Put your Walther PPK back in your little holster. Oh, that was the other thing. The internet. Tinternet. That thing we're all spending so much time on. Can't live without. Tom Hardy's Bond. Well, no one's told Eon that, have they? No, he's always in the running to be Bond. To be honest, and I love Tom Hardy. And he's played Bane, he's played Mad Max. God, how many more fucking absolutely iconic characters does he want to add to his resume? But I don't see it happening, folks. I don't see it happening at all. He is a bullshit, argumentative, arrogant, egotistical twat. But I love him, I do. He's caused trouble on many, many film sets. Eon is not going to want that kind of hassle. They've had hassle with many other people playing Bond over the years. They do not want someone like him, who actually, wasn't it on the film Lawless? Didn't he try and choke out the director on that? Didn't he? He actually wanted George Miller fired from Mad Max Fury Road. George Miller, who fucking created Mad Max, did the first 3 movies. Tom, take a back seat, chum. You're good, but you ain't that fucking good. So as Bond, I could see him being Bond for one movie. I can't see him being used again and again and again. I just can't see it. And the way he fucking mumbles. Bond. Huh? Bond. What? James Bond. James Bond. If you can't put the correct details on your track and trace here at this bar, I'm not serving you any. What is it again? A what martini? What instead? Say it again. He can't fucking talk. He doesn't need Bane's mask to mangle, the English language. And don't give me that shit, Tom, that you always say, look, I pick up languages and accents within the first 5 minutes of going anywhere. That fucking interview you did with Jonathan Ross and you were speaking pure Jamaican. Fucking reggae sauce. Man, shut up. Shut up, you soft fucking twat. Don't give me that shit. But I can see him doing Bond for one outing. One big, buff, tough, pugilistic version of Bond. A bit like Daniel Craig did with the groundbreaking, trend-setting, awesome Casino Royale. And his career as Bond has been like that ever since. I like him. But Casino Royale, I like bits of Quantum of Solace. I hate the editing, and I hate the fact that although I hate and yet admire the fact that Daniel Craig and who was the other guy? I forgot the other guy's name now. I think the producer, or was it even the director? I can't remember. Took over the writing of the screenplay because of the writers' strike, and they wanted to get the film out on its correct day. Again, release dates. This is why they're so fucking crucial. They bent over backwards to write the script themselves and finish half the movie off because there was no writers to do it. So that's why Quantum of Solace is not, it's very subpar. Then you got Skyfall, which was a winner by anyone's standards. Then you got Spectre, which was a fucking pound of shit by everybody's standards. And now you're going to get No Time to Die, which I think does look great, and I'm looking forward to it. But are we going to see it? Are we going to fucking see it? Who knows? There is some other good news though, folks. And it's news that you will like. And anyone carrying a wolf-headed cane will like. There is a new werewolf film coming. And it's coming out soon. And it's going to come out theatrically, if they can. But it's definitely going to come out video on demand as well. Woohoo! And it's by Jim Cummings, who wrote it and stars in it. And it's called The Wolf of Snow Hollow. And it's a modern day werewolf story. Fuck yes! Yes! Ooh! Fucking get in there. Yeah, I know I talk about werewolves all the time, but there's not that many werewolf movies really. You compare it to vampires, there's not that many. I'm playing the Wolfen soundtrack and wearing the Wolfen vest, courtesy of my good friend Steve 007 Smith, who also, as it happens, sent me that. So Steve, bet you're made up as well. Yeah, Wolf of Snow Hollow. Every full moon, there are brutal murders in this rugged, windswept, snowy mountain town. So the cops have got to try and work out what's happening. And, you know, the trailer, it looks kind of funny as well. There's a bit of an offbeat, you know, black humour to it. And he's saying, look, I don't want anyone mentioning werewolves. I don't believe in werewolves. And I kind of think, is it really a werewolf? Is it someone in costume? In the trailer, you actually see quite a lot of attacks on people in cars out on snowy roads. So that seems to be the modus operandi of this big lycanthrope. And in sort of very quick shots, you do see a rather large, hairy, shaggy, pointy-eared figure, like from behind, or just in very brief glimpses with claws. So, you know, yeah, I'm saying it's a werewolf, but it still could be someone in a costume. So don't know yet. But folks, you know, come on, I'll be streaming that right away. Fucking can't wait. I say it does look funny. And another great, but also bittersweet element of this, the great Robert Forster, the actor Robert Forster, who fought the alligator, the giant mutated alligator in the sewers of New York, way back in 1981, I think it was, for director Louis Teague. And also starred in The Black Hole as well. And he's in so many great movies. And I did discuss him the other day when I was talking about the film Olympus Has Fallen, where he plays General Clegg, when he storms into the Pentagon crisis room and everyone's going like, God, what's happening? And well, we've got a C-130 crashed and burned on the south lawn of the White House. We've got a raging gun battle taking place on the north lawn. They've breached the gates. And he just goes, you fucking shitting me? It's like a fucking 4-star general. You fucking shitting me? This is his last performance. He died shortly after making this movie. So, and I think he plays a marshal in it, or Jim Cummings plays the sheriff, but I think Robert Forster plays, I think he was the previous sheriff. He's got older now, he's just a marshal or a deputy or whatever, like taking a back seat. But clearly, if you look at the stills and the trailer, he might know a little bit more. Maybe he's seen this sort of thing before, you know? And I can't wait. Another weird little tie-in to Robert Forster is this. If you saw my previous video where I was discussing, I was doing a retro sort of look at Blade Runner, and sitting here, having one of these and showing a lot of my Blade Runner merch and discussing the great movie itself. In terms of how it was first perceived when it came out way back in 81, 82, and how Starburst magazine reviewed it at the time. Now, that was the Starburst magazine issue 50. I did show you. I'm going to show you it again because there's something in that to do with Robert Forster, and I didn't even realise. Have a butcher's. And this, my friends. Let's just put that down. Here it is. Starburst Grand 50th issue, anniversary issue. And then if you Blade Runner Poltergeist, the thing, interviews with Frank Marshall, interviews with Rick Baker about American Werewolf. Yes, that's you. And obviously loads of Blade Runner stuff. But because it's the 50th anniversary, I mean, Sybil Banning did an autograph and a little, you know, best wishes. And this page here is full of all Hollywood luminaries and fantasy stars giving their best regards to Starbest because it's such a great magazine and they've all been interviewed by it. And if you look in the top corner here, there's Robert. You can probably can't see, it's very faded now. There's Maximilian from The Black Hole, and there's Robert Forster. And he has written, and it's Happy 50th, best wishes, Robert Forster. I just thought that was, I just mentioned him in Olympus Has Fallen, and then talking about that, and then this, and it's just Robert Forster. Awesome actor. Gone now, but will never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. So, playing there is James Horner's fabulous score for the film Wolfen, which I have discussed and I will probably discuss in greater detail at some other point, because it is one of my favourite hairy movies. So, folks, this was just like a little sort of movie catch-up, a movie roundup, and what? We were able to discuss what? How many films? 3? Wonder Woman 1984, No Time to Die, Tenet briefly, and Wolf of Snow Hollow. That's it for 2020, folks. That's it. Pick the bones out of that. What has happened? It is a catastrophe. Whether you believe in what's supposedly rampaging around the world at the moment or not, this is a catastrophe for all of us. Genre lovers, people who are just human beings and want to get on with their life, to be social with their families, to walk the streets in safety, to go to work, to earn a living, and then enjoy themselves in their free time. All of it by hook or by crook is being undone around us. Those foundation stones are cracking and crumbling, and we're just about balancing like that, and the abyss is right there. But before I fall down that abyss, I've got this to help me on my way, so I won't feel the impact when I land at the bottom. Folks, listen to this foreboding, tragic, prophetic music. James Horner's score for Wolfen. A film about man's destruction of the environment and the ecology, and how nature will prevail no matter what stupidity we get up to. It's beautiful. Please, you guys, take it easy. Keep it kilted. Keep it Celtic. And I'm going to see you all, well, between you and me, traitors. Werewolves are coming.